Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. Don's Hot Rock Garage. Big Don with you. It's been about 2 months since I did a video, and um, summertime is just real chaotic, real busy at work, and then you get home and it's 95 degrees and 85% humidity, and I just don't have no interest being in the garage. But on the days that don't feel like that, I do a little bit on the car, so I'll show you what I have been doing on the convertible. I know everybody's kind of itching to hear it run, and I'm trying to slowly get it to that point, but we're getting closer. We still need to do a little bit more to it. So one thing I did do was give it a altitude adjustment. For whatever reason, these cars, when they have the Power Glide transmission in them, that Power Glide, the automatic Power Glide, is so heavy that it helps settle the front end down. But this car doesn't have the Power Glide in it no more. It has a Super T10 4-speed. And on my last couple videos, well, every video since I put the engine in it, you could see how high it was sitting up. And I took the springs out of both sides and took cut 2 rows out of them, then used my torch and reshaped the bottom of them so they look like a factory made spring. It may be a little low. My wife's kind of on me saying that it's too low. I mean, I love it the way it is, but if it doesn't run down the road without touching the wheel wells, I'll have to bring it back up some. I mean, you can see it's right above the wheel well right now, but it still has more stuff to go on the engine. And this is a course report. When I let my dog out at night, I sit there and just play with it. I want to sand it all down and paint it, because that's the one that goes back in here. What I was just working on over this past week was getting all the fuel line and getting the fuel bowl back up on there, and then I had to order the special threads. That's, I think, a 1/8 pipe thread on both sides where it would screw into the carburetor, then the fuel filter would screw onto that. So I basically come out here and do a little work, and then I go in and order more parts. And I just bolted the old water pump on there just as a reference, because this line was just like so active as it went up, and I was thinking that I was going to bend my own, just because that just doesn't look real good. But when you see it's going to have a heater hose coming out through here and then another one coming out through here, that it's got to kind of be in that shape to pass the heater hoses through there. And I think I'm going to order they got a real nice chrome water pump that's the same short style water pump that I think I'm going to order just for the time being, till I could either have that one rebuilt or find a better one, because that one's pretty corroded inside. And the chrome water pump is supposed to flow a lot more. It's more efficient, 30-40% more efficient, so that'll help. Sometimes these old engines like to run hot. And then I put the downpipes on both sides, and I had to order this. This is a heat riser, but on this one right here, this is just like a aftermarket piece. It's blank. There's no flap inside of it. So I get the water pump on there. I think I got a fan and a pulley, but it's missing. You see that port? It's missing the line that goes from here back to there for the distributor advance. Then I don't even have I don't even have the hold down on it for the distributor. I got spark plug wires and things like that, but I just got to pick away at it here and there when I get time. But we're getting there. I still got to it takes a ballast resistor back there. I got to get that cleaned up and wire them wires into the ballast resistor, and then the ballast resistor goes over to the coil. And then at that point, if I could switch the core support and get the right radiator in there where I could put coolant in it, get it to crank over, then we'd be real close to hearing the engine run. It's interesting, on a 55, See, there's nothing here. This is just, see how it's totally smooth on the water pump. This is a 55 only water pump. 56, they have like a, almost like a landing up here. They call it the boss, where some of them got drilled and tapped for a hose. I'll show you. This 57 Nomad's got that 56 power pack engine. It's just sitting in here. See if I can get the hood open. See what I mean? That's a 56. 55 is flat across. That's a 56 water pump. And that's actually a 56 power pack 265 GL code. I did a video on this a while ago. Let's see if you can see it right there. GL. It's original power pack, and the GL is a stick shift. So work on that water pump and other stuff. And that poor car just been sitting there. I don't think I've drove it even out of the, I might have drove it around the block once this year, but it just does a lot of sitting. I think eventually I'm gonna get all my goodies back off it, pull the whole, gut the whole drivetrain out of it, and just sell the rolling chassis. As much as I'd even hate to think about it, that car probably needs to go back to a street car where somebody can build them a real nice Nomad. That was originally a turquoise and white, that regal turquoise. You can even see it on the door. That was the original turquoise and white 55 Nomad. And then when I pulled this one into the corner just because this car was kind of irritating me. I've been driving that Camaro and it drives nice, and I drive this old Nomad that drives like a battleship. Trying to squeeze between them all. So everybody wants to give me Hot Wheels cars all the time, all my buddies and everything. So I decided when I was moving stuff around the garage that I would build all this, put all this into one area. And a lot of these models is my dad's. He built them, you know, years ago. That old green Hornet, this one right here, and then that one, they're real old, from the 60s. And I made that Chevy bow tie in wood shop class. Sorry, I zoomed in so much it was talking about me, and then it looked at me. Imagine that. So I thought that was cool. I just put everything over here all at once. And here's the radiator, the V8 radiator for the convertible. It's kind of banged up on the top. I'd like to find a really nice one, but man, they're hard to find. And you know, eventually I might look into maybe buying a new one. And this one is dated August of 55, so that's either the last 55 made or the first 55 made. The last 55 or the first 56 made, excuse me. Got to talking too fast. And I started to sand them down. I got to kind of get back on them, but when, you know, when we get humid, hot, humid days, you can't paint nothing. It turns out almost flat. So I just drove this 56 Nomad today. Brought it. It was sitting up at storage. I went up and got this back and took the Camaro back up there. So I'm gonna try to stay on this car every waking chance that I get, in the time, you know, permitting, and I feel like messing with it. I just love the Nomad door panels. Them are original. I had to trim them down because a Nomad door panel goes straight, and a hardtop and convertible, they kind of go down as they go to the back. Had to make them fit. And I put the kick panels in there too. Well, and the back ones. So I know if you've watched my videos, you know what I'm talking about there, but maybe it's your first time stopping by, and I appreciate that as well. So hopefully it won't be, you know, another 2 months before I do another video. I'm gonna try to stay on that car get it fired up. I need to try to get some mufflers so when it does fire, I can kind of hear the engine, make sure it's all doing what it's supposed to do, because it's a rebuilt motor. So that's what I've been up to, just pretty much more living than I have been doing working on cars. But we'll bring it back next time. I got an update for you. Thanks for stopping by Don's Hot Rod Garage. Appreciate it very much. Catch you guys on the next video.